So, hi everyone, this is Fyodor and welcome back to the Procyon Insurgency. I'm gonna set this back to medium.
GDD second Procyon system 1840 hours, January 6th 2369. This is Admiral Nizirupt. As you all know, our forces were scattered and retreated a few hours after our entry into Procyon, and the last 2 days have been spent primarily in rallying our units together and establishing a foothold in the system. It is too late for us to pull out of Procyon at this point, as the battle has already begun in full force and the PCA has closed in behind us, sealing off the jump node. We must hold off the enemy until the 8th Fleet and the 12th Battle Group arrive to assist us. However, they are not expected to reach Procyon until January 15th, so we have a hard fight ahead of us. The PCD Saturn Allied scientists have examined the scan data of the Saturn collected by our scout wings and have disclosed their findings. The ship appears to be a derivative of the original GGIAG's design and is structurally quite similar to that vessel. It is equipped with the latest technology and weaponry, bristling with over 60 laser turrets, missile launchers, flak projectors and beam cannons. The Saturn's 4 anti-warship beams, possibly based on a Shivan design, can fire longer and dish out more damage than any of our own, and its anti-fighter capabilities are second to none. Several layers of thick molybdenum armor surround the life compartments, although the crew is only thought to number around 1,200. The purpose of the crystalline formations lining the Saturn's outer hull is a mystery, but in general, our analysts consider the ship to be a remarkable work of engineering. A link to the GDI. Given its size and scale, it is evident that the Saturn must have been under construction for at least 5 years. It nearly defies belief that Dasmar was able to acquire data from the original WAGs and assemble a warship of such proportions without arousing attention, but it suggests that he may know a lot more about certain events in history than we realize. Even our own knowledge of the Hags is very limited, and less is known about the GGI and its true nature than any other faction in Turan or the Sudan history. This connection to the GGI has raised several questions among our theorists, and some have raised the possibility that the PCA may have been silently operating many years before it was officially formed.
Oh, that's good.
The enigma of Europe Dasmar. A closer examination of historical records reveals some curious incidents in Dasmar's early life. He was once a pilot with the Sudan Tactical Command Special Operations Group, a branch of the PVN at the time, but his possible AWOL status during certain missions has drawn renewed attention. Furthermore, reliable witnesses had recently reported that Dasmar had privately met Captain Sp around 2347 for a series of talks, none of which went on official records. For those who are unaware, Captain Sp was one of the most notorious commanders of the Hammer of Light, chiefly known for his role in the Aldebaran religious massacres of 2343, and remained at large until his suicide during Operation Templar several years later. What the purpose of these meetings was is open to speculation, but it may indicate that Dasmar had been plotting the PCA rebellion behind the scenes for decades. GD's Procyon military campaign. We do not yet have the firepower to conduct large-scale assaults on enemy bases, so we will resort to hit-and-run tactics. More specifically, our strategists have found weak points in the Confederal fuel supply lines. The PCA Procyon fleet is powered by the deuterium-rich gas giants of Procyon Gi and Xi, and we will need to gain control of these planets. Admiral Thorpe and I had decided to split up the firepower of our battle groups between these locations. The GDD Delphi will lead the 6th Fleet to the latter planet while our battle group will set course for the former. With any luck, we will be able to fight off the enemy for another 9 days until the expected reinforcements arrive. GD's Procyon military campaign continued. Once we have negated the 1st Legion of Independence, the Saturn will be vulnerable to attack and will not stand a chance against the combined firepower of multiple GDA destroyers and bomber squadrons. The campaign will be declared a success once we capture Supreme Admiral Dasmar. On a final note, there have been a few reported defections to the enemy in the last 2 days. We do not expect this to hinder the progress of our campaign, but everyone is advised to be prepared for any development that may arise from it. That concludes my address, and I wish you all luck on your upcoming assignments.
Okay, so we're fighting against this
Commander
Hades.
Lenhart here. These are the details of our next mission. While the bulk of our battle group heads for orbit around Procyon DII, Command will launch some wings along the way to eliminate targets of opportunity marked out by intelligence. A small convoy of troop transports has recently been detected in this sector, and it may hinder the progress of our ground operations later on. Our assignment is to take down this convoy. Reports from the last sighting show that the convoy is made up of 4 Argo-class personnel carriers. These will be our primary targets. The PCC Muse is also guarding the convoy, and I suggest we take this ship down before going after the transports. Exact enemy force composition is unknown, but intelligence does not expect a hard fight. The convoy is currently passing through a section of the Procyon asteroid belt, and the radio interference caused by the rock movements should give us the advantage of surprise, at least momentarily.
Okay. That's a Knossos.
Command, we have a critical situation here. There is an active Knossos device straight up ahead. That convoy is nowhere in sight. Command, do you copy? I repeat, we have run into an uncharted Knossos portal. Those AWAC ships must be blocking our transmissions. They must be taken out at once. They're coming in after us. Alpha 3, destroy those radar jammers immediately. We will distract the fighters away from you.
Okay, so we have a fucking Knossos here. We need to deal with those. Ah, come on.
Sir, there is an unusual installation that appears to be camouflaged inside one of the larger asteroids. Should we engage? Negative. It looks like it's heavily defended. Try to avoid contact with the enemy fortifications altogether. We don't have the firepower to take them on.
Okay. You have to deal with these. Things. So we have a Knossos here. Wondering what's about to happen. Who first plays this campaign?
The ship's active neutralized. Command, are you reading this? Pilots, what's going on out there? We have not been able to reach you. We found an active Knossos device under enemy control in the asteroid field. The PCA has fortified the surrounding area. A Knossos portal. These are unexpected developments, indeed. Relaying the news to David and Bobby immediately. Stand by for further orders. Alpha, you now have a new objective. Eliminate any targets in opportunity, but stay alive. We must find out what lies on the other side of that portal. Reinforcements are on their way. Affirmative.
We need them.
Hold the area. Alpha, execute standard evasive man levers, but pick off any fighters or sentry guns as you can. We need to stick around for a few minutes. Alpha, we wait for the small cluster of portal that seems to be weakly defended. Destroy it quickly before the enemy sends in backup.
How many units are here though? Oh my goodness. Okay. Destroying everything.
PCA is sending in more fighters. Alpha 3, destroy that cargo right away. We must get ours here.
Oh, we need to destroy the cargo, okay. I didn't know we have to destroy it. Okay, yes. Only 5 cargo. I think I'm gonna die. Yeah, I'm gonna die. I didn't know I had to destroy the cargo. I thought there would be reinforcements.
Command, we have a critical situation here. There is an active console device straight up ahead. That convoy is nowhere in sight. Command, do you copy? I repeat, we have run into an uncharted console's portal. Those AWAC ships must be blocking our transmissions. They must be taken out at once. They're coming in after us. Alpha 3, destroy those radar jammers immediately. We will distract the fighters away from you. Sir, there is an unusual installation that appears to be camouflaged inside one of the larger asteroids. Should we engage? It looks like it's heavily defended. Try to avoid contact with the enemy fortifications altogether. We don't have the firepower to take them down.
That's for sure. One is dead.
We have not been able to reach you. We found an active console device under enemy control in the asteroid field. The PCA has fortified the surrounding area. A console's portal. These are unexpected developments, indeed. Relaying the news to Beta at Quali immediately. Stand by for further orders. Alpha, you now have a new objective. Eliminate any targets of opportunity, but stay alive. We must find out what lies on the other side of that portal. Reinforcements are on their way. Affirmative, we will hold the area. Alpha, execute standard evasive and levers and pick off any fighters or sentry guns that you can. We need to stick around for a few minutes. Alpha, we have waypoint a small cluster of cargo containers near the portal that seems to be weakly defended. Destroy them quickly before the enemy sends them back. Good job, Alpha 3. We have deployed additional forces to your location. Stand by for their arrival.
Okay.
Support request confirmed. Please stand by.
Isn't even attacking me.
GBC debris is coming in with Delta Ling. We've been informed of the situation and are moving into position ahead of the portal. Is that all, Waydag? We could use more support here. Command. Enemy reinforcements might arrive any second. There are no other friendly warships available. We would have given up the whole fleet for this. Had we foreseen these events? You will need to work with what you have. Those emplaced beam cannons are preventing us from getting near the portal. We will move into position in front of the consoles and intercept any incoming ships. Pilots, rendezvous with the hybrids and call on support if needed. This may get right.
Okay. Oh, that's an interesting installation. Nice.
We have a goods convoy coming in breaking to attack. Alpha, take out those freighters. The PCA must be ferrying supplies to whatever forces they have on the other side of the portal. We'll deal with the Alphas.
Now this is an interesting development. Oops, I didn't want to do the Cyclops. That was my mistake. Okay, these freighters are going for the fucking portal. secure the fucking area.
The PCC stalker has jumped in with a science vessel. The stalker is changing course to attack. Delta, take down the source. Alpha, assist us against Capcom.
Working on it. I have to get the fuck out of here before I get killed by the truck. This is funny.
Target destroyed. However, we have taken considerable damage.
Log. Not sure why that log is happening. Oh, the Saturn is here.
Command, the Saturn is jumping in. We'll be ripped to pieces unless we pull out immediately. Engaging subspace drive. Acknowledged, Captain. Pilots, there is little more we can do here. We must return with a stronger force in the future. Head back to base.
Okay, get the fuck out. Okay, get the fuck out. Okay. So excellent job everyone. The military transports were not at the scene, but they have just entered the port before we arrived. Our performance was outstanding under very difficult circumstances that would have seen the end of most pilots. The NASA spot appears to be identical to the one spotted in the Gamma Draconis. Okay. This part led to the motivations for filming the anti-GTO assembly. Okay. Yes, this is the FreeSpace 2 events. Okay. So thank you guys for watching and see you guys in the next one.